Hello, today we're going to be making Vella Seedai. Vella Seedai is basically rolled sweet balls. We make this for a Hindu festival called Krishna Janmashtami. This festival celebrates the birth of Krishna. Usually it comes in August or September. For this recipe, you will need 1 cup of dry roasted rice flour. You'll need about 3/4 cups of jaggery. You will need 2 teaspoons of grated coconut, 1 tablespoon of clarified butter or ghee. You will need 1/3 cup of water. You will need 2 crushed cardamom pods. You will need black gram flour and 1 tablespoon of urad flour. This is dry roasted. And you will need 1/2 teaspoon of sesame seeds. For the first step, we need to set aside the 3/4 cup of jaggery and the 1/3 cup of water. Now you need to add your 3/4 cups of jaggery in the pan and add 1/3 cups of water. Then you need to turn on the stove to about medium and just make sure that all the water covers all the jaggery. Now the jaggery has boiled fully. Turn off the stove so you don't burn the sugar. It is a nice brown color. You need to filter the jaggery water to take out any impurities that there might be. The jaggery water is now very hot. As it cools, we can now prepare the dough. For the dough, we will need 1 cup of dry roasted rice flour. You can add that in. Then you can add 1/2 teaspoon of sesame seeds. You can do this in any order as long as you get the same end result. You can add black gram flour, 1 tablespoon of urad flour, and it's dry roasted. Add 2 crushed pods of cardamom. Add 2 teaspoons of grated coconut. And add 1 tablespoon of clarified butter or ghee. And then you can take it and take a spoon and just mix it around. After you've mixed it, this is what your dough should look like. It shouldn't be an actual dough because we have to add the jaggery water. Now, slowly add the jaggery water. Do not add it all at once. And then mix it around to make sure that all jaggery is everywhere. Make sure not to mix it with your hand as the jaggery water is still very hot. And just mix in your final jaggery water. You do not need to use all of it if you get the correct consistency. The dough should be thick, so it is easy to roll into balls. Because it is very hot, you need to let it cool for about an hour. Now we're going to make Upa Seedai. This is almost the same version, but just a little tweak of the ingredients. This is the salty version, and that was the sweet version. For the salty version, these are also called rolled salty balls, we'll need 3.5 cups of dry roasted rice flour. We will need 1 teaspoon of hing, also known as asafoetida powder. We'll need 2 tablespoons of grated coconut. We'll need 1 1/2 teaspoons of salt, or salt to taste. We'll need 1 cup of water for now, but you can add more water if needed. You need 3 tablespoons of black gram flour, also known as urad flour. This also has to be dry roasted. And 1 tablespoon of sesame seeds. Now let's mix it all together. You add sesame seeds, the hing, the grated coconut, the salt, the urad flour, and the water. Now we need to mix it up with the water. This is not enough water for sure, but we'll just need to add more water. Just check if it is too watery. If it is too watery, then you may need to start again. Krishna Janmashtami is a very fun festival, and kids all around the world love it because we get to eat so many snacks. The best childhood memories consist of you and your family preparing for the festival and making these yummy snacks. Just keep on mixing to make sure that the dough becomes thick. I almost forgot to add the 3 tablespoons of warmed butter. This is not clarified butter, but it's just heated up melted butter. You can just add that in and mix it around. As you can see, for this 3.5 cups of flour, almost 4, there's not enough water. We have added about 1.5 cups so far, so we can just add about 1/2 cup more. Just mix it around to make a tight dough, like for chapati or roti. Now this is what the dough looks after you mix it. It smells very good because of the hing or asafoetida powder. The butter in this will make the outside very crispy and very yummy. Now put your dough back in and add some oil on your hands so the dough doesn't stick. So before we start, we just want to make a little Ganesha. Just take not too much dough and just shape it. And just put it on your plate. We're not going to be cooking this one. Just leave it off to the side. Now, and then take about a lemon or lime size ball of dough and just make sure to roll it. And then with your right hand, just take a pea-sized ball and shape it in your right hand and place it on the paper. You will have to do this and let it air dry for about 1 hour. Now our Seedai has air dried, and this is the one that we made with salt, and these are the bigger ones, and that we made this with jaggery. Now we have to go fry both of them in oil. Now we have to fry them. You can do them each flavor, so salty by itself, and then you can add the jaggery one. You can hear all of the Seedais cooking. And make sure your oil is on medium to high, but make sure your oil is hot enough or it'll take a long time for the Seedai to cook. You need to wait for the bubbles to go away and make sure that they are golden brown. Now you can see that they're golden brown. Make sure you drain out all the oil. And then when you put it on the plate, you should hear that clinking noise. That's how you know that the Seedai is done. Now we have to cook the jaggery ones. The jaggery ones will be bigger, and the color, the output will be a very dark brown because of the jaggery. You can add all of them in. And these will take longer to cook than the regular smaller Seedai because they are bigger. Remember to flip them in between, or they will be uneven when they're taken out. Now that the jaggery Seedai is now nice and brown, it is ready. I want to drain all the oil. These are very soft when they come out of the oil, but when you let them sit out, they become very crispy and crunchy. Now our Seedai is ready. This is our sweet Seedai and our salty Seedai. This is just the sound it makes. It's a very good sound. Super crunchy. Super good. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Thanks for watching.